making it so the players are basically
they're now competing against Saudi oil money, right?
Yeah. But they got a chunk of Saudi money. I thought I heard they put a bill.
My guess is $1.5 billion.
It might be. Well, it's probably also graded in some way.
Yeah, chump change for the losers.
I'm going to guess Woods and a few others get a little bit bigger chunk. Every one of these players brings some amount of equity to the, getting people into the game. Yeah, right. And this kind of happened in all the other big sports. It took a while to figure it all out.
That's not true. They don't make any money in college football or baseball.
Now they do. No.
Said, the production and their storage just got out of sync.
Yep. And there's a guy, MIT guy, got his BA from MIT, and got his master's from Stanford. He predicted this about 10 years ago. Tony Seba.
Absolutely.
Tony Seba.
You can see
it's lag times,
just
right?
developing over time, right?
This does that, this does that.
This is going to go here. I'm thinking what they have all this excess electricity available during the sunlight hours.
Yeah.
Mine Bitcoin. Just go divert it to that. Divert it to that.
But then you have to ramp up the equipment for mining Bitcoin, right?
And that's going to hurt the California companies,
microphone. Who is it?
It's a mouse.
Say hello, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry.
Twitter from Jack Dorsey.
That's how she knows.
Jack Dorsey was Twitter
Well, I know you were
He
having
has
a
a company that's
conversation.
developing a new
Yeah, we're all
All right,
celebrating. Jeff retired today.
I know we did. I was
We're all celebrating that.
I don't need a place.
So that's where you take you're only working 6 or 8 hours a day, but you're going like hell, right?
Yeah. Well, so Tony Seba, he actually has made further predictions. He's saying that in the next 10 to 20 years, the cost for electricity, education, information, even wisdom will go to zero.
Yeah.
The cost will be zero. So you're all worried about global warming and the carbon that we put in the air and all that stuff. We're going to be able to conquer all that with the technology, just because the rapid
It's
pace.
just nobody will have survived through the climate change.
Yeah. No, so all the global
Climate change solves itself.
Yeah.
The planet will be fine. No, that's not to say we're fine. We're screwed. But the planet will be fine.
It's fine.
Carboniferous period, way more carbon dioxide than we've ever considered as a worst case scenario. Right.
And he predicted the cost of car batteries, that it would go down to less than $100 per kilowatt hour, right? And now it's exactly about where it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, he did that in 2010. Because DVD storage was limited to one-dimensional, right?
Yep.
Now they're like, what if we put more layers on it? So now a little DVD disc can store 200 terabytes of data.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Terabytes.
Well, they got better at lasers.
Better lasers.
Right, so you can go through the different, you focus,
No, I
you have
know, but
different
I mean
focal point, that's how you
The laser,
No, I get that, but the time to find it and access it, the access speed will be
It's
so
just-
slow compared to the amount of data you get.
Yeah, it's just trying to screw it.
But you're at, well, no, you're not just it's not just that. No, you're at light speed.
Yeah, but you still gotta spin it. You still gotta spin the goddamn
I understand,
thing,
but how many lights do you want to look at a source? How many impulses do you want to look at?
Oh.
So
You have,
how
you
many
have a big
patterns?
array.
Yeah.
So you have a gigantic array.
Right,
Exactly.
you can spin
You
at
can
1
spin it,
RPM,
you can-
Okay.
and if your recording density is high,
And
that
how
could
many
be
are, if 1,000 are
quadribytes a
looking at
second.
it,
It's a medium's information storage density, not a disk speed that
Okay.
matters.
So it's
Because
not
you're
a
reading,
DVD, then.
you're also recording it.
well, it is a DVD.
With one laser.
So I have cars, all my cars now have DVD players. I'm keeping them because my classic cars, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's great.
And they'll be able to read the new, three-dimensional DVDs.
Okay.
That's you guys.
I think what you're keeping is the
fighter.
spot on your dash where you'll slide in the
Okay,
DVD.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This was an appetizer only.
And I know this sounds crazy, but you know, at the rate they're shrinking things and getting higher resolutions and stuff, how long before that's my whole life there?
Oh yeah. Or no, it's planted in your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Storage.
Yeah. Yep.
I think they're all missing the real market for implants.
Well, what is the real
that one?
market?
Picture yourself either as a parent or a grandparent, and you have a 15-year-old
Listen,
young
we're gonna be
man
picking
who's
out
going through
tonight. I've ordered a
testosterone
lot.
poisoning.
Okay.
Imagine
All
the
right, make
ability
space,
to
make
download
space,
some common
make
sense.
space.
You're doing the big appetizer thing, right?
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
She started us off with the appetizers. She said this week we were going to do all appetizers. Okay.
Sorry, you guys,
No,
it's
you
just
need
coming
it.
in pieces.
Oh,
Are you
here we
not
go.
eating?
Right, I ate them.
Here we go.
Oh my God, you should have told me that because I got. You don't want
No, we're
nothing?
greedy. We'll take everything you offer. Here we
Well,
go.
there's a lot.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know what to get you. You guys said appetizers, and usually you're hungry, so you're good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's wonderful.
You did see our note that said, "How is it that Sherry always knows what we want to eat?"
Yeah.
54.
All right, let's make a spot. I told you I have a ton coming. I hope everyone's hungry. And I did not know.
You're good. You're good.
I can eat all this by myself.
Yep. That's all Zach.
That's Zach's.
Who's doing the floor? Are you doing it?
My neighbor.
I told you, dude, it was coming.
Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Holy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one. Holy.
All right, Jeff. I got to make a declaration.
Okay.
Wings. Yes. Wings.
Even though you already ate, you still got to eat more.
I didn't well, you know what? I covered that in too.
Yeah. You got to help us. I'm not sure, but I think she did every appetizer.
The other side
That's
is not waking up.
I told you I thought everyone's eating. Are you? Let's do this.
It does answer the question, how does Sherry know what we're going to eat? She brings everything.
See it? Look at this. Look at this play. He misses it. This guy gets it. Turns around, fires it, gets it. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Have you guys read the article that said Russia's starting this thing where everything that was part of Russia, however many years back, I think they're going like a million years back, and so they're going to reclaim. They're going to try and reclaim Alaska. Supposedly, you start with Ukraine, then you go to Alaska.
Well, all I can tell you is, good luck trying to conquer Alaska, because the U.S. never has.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come on over. Bring those tanks. Let's see how well they work on the ice.
Yeah.
Give yourself a couple centuries.
It's like if you think that's, it's like, no, you really don't understand Alaska if you think you're coming over to take
Yeah. Go ahead and try it.
In some Alaska cities, they still see remnants of Russian culture, right?
Oh, that's
The old Russian
Yeah.
churches and stuff.
Yeah, sure they do.
Well, it's not like it was 1,000 years ago. Right?
Well, they even see remnants of a lot earlier than Russian.
It's like
When you think about the tribes that are there and the tribal, it's before Russia.
early 1800s, mid 1800s.
What is that thing?
These are
Sorry, you haven't had those?
Oh,
Thank you. We need somebody to eat those.
Yeah, they're
Gotta eat
pretzels. I didn't know what they were. I thought, is this
They're eyeballs.
cheese? Is
They're
this...
eyeballs.
It looked like a buckeye. And
Looked
I
like
thought,
it looked like mushrooms to me.
It's a celebration of Ohio State football.
Exactly. On the way over here, I saw
Are Buckeyes edible?
Probably poisonous. I saw a bumper sticker on the car that said, "Partnership for a Buckeye-free America."
So if I borrow your truck, I have to pay you because it's unfair. Because you're putting over 500 miles on it, shortening the life span of the truck, wearing out your tires. Not as much as electric vehicles, but still.
well, you'd have to do something really nice for me. I don't know, like buying lottery tickets for a year.
Oh, speaking of that,
buy dinner.
Oh, wait a minute. We've made a big dent in that bill already.
so these are the topics
understand.
that we said we want to talk about, right? Mm-hmm. My 3, DVD making a comeback, we talked about already.
Yep.
Negative electricity rates already. Baltimore Bridge collapse caused by the ship owners. They had power outages before they left. They even left
a long history with that ship.
They had warnings. They had.
They left. They're in that port. They had problems.
Yeah, before they shipped out,
Right.
they were having those problems,
A
and
year
they were
before they
cited
had
for
problems
them.
too.
That's crazy, you know?
You know, I found out that kind of thing happens a lot.
Oh, I bet. Really?
Yeah.
I'm
It
saying,
just doesn't.
I'm
take
like
out a
you're
break.
out in the middle of the ocean. You all go out of port. I mean, that's a lot of damage you're going to have to incur. You know?
I mean, in ports and narrow, it happens
I know.
a lot.
Really?
But, you know, several times a year. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
how
not-
old?
Most of the
How
times in
old?
ports they have
How old was the
pilot
freight?
and tugboats to kind of make sure.
You don't
always
do
always
that,
a
right?
pilot.
And the
Always.
Baltimore charges are important because the charges, they stick. Remove all the corporate veils. They can go all the way back through all the holding companies
Criminals, yeah.
to the deep pockets. Right?
Criminal charges?
No in violation of the law. No insurance.
Yeah.
No limited liability clause protection. Goes
Yeah.
all the way through the system.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately,
Back to the pockets.
how deep do you get and how long does it take?
Yeah, that'll take years to resolve, and there'll be
It's gonna be a
payoffs and
lifetime.
judges brought off.
What does that do to the industry? What
yeah.
does that do to that industry?
Why does the ship have, what's the age of this ship? And so where does the inspection come into place?
Yeah.
Where does this ship be allowed to go into the waters? Because has it been inspected for anything?
Technically, they pass Coast Guard standards.
They have to, yeah, right?
Well,
In order
wait,
to
wait, you
operate.
say
you bring in more
technically-
But,
They do.
but in port, they were, in effect, for a building
You like
perspective,
cracking me
they
right
were
up.
reg tagged in port, and they
Bob, are
left
you
anyway.
good?
These are great.
So how
Or you want another drink?
how do you explain this to the people? This ship is leaving, but it's not. It shouldn't be allowed.
I don't know
Explain
if
too to
that's-
the
I don't know
crew.
if anybody- who is
Captain
that
said,
control?
pull out, let's go.
Who has that control? Yeah, there's nobody comes on board and does the
It's
inspection.
got to be the captain.
Yeah.
You have a rookie crew, right? That's part of the charges. They had a grossly undertrained crew.
But when was this ship inspected?
In Baltimore was the last inspection, and they were red tagged as having an unreliable power source.
So who enforces that?
Well, they red tagged it. Theoretically, the captain says, "I'm not pulling out with that."
No, who
The captain's
enforces?
like,
Who,
"Oh, fuck that! I got."
who enforces that? Who put the red tag on?
I assumed,
It's
it
an
was
honor
the,
system.
I assumed it was the port of Baltimore.
It wasn't the Coast Guard. It wasn't
I don't know
who.
who it was.
Who inspects the ship?
I don't know.
They're at fault.
No.
That should be who gets sued in this.
No, they flagged it as
They
this
flag
is
it.
broken.
The inspector says it's bad. It's
And
up.
so how did this ship leave with that tag on it?
If this-
Easy. Here's what the captain did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck it. My boss says I got to be in, export by this day. I don't even know. We ain't happening.
The government
Well, what
entity
about?
said,
I'm not even sure any experience.
And so why doesn't the law enforcement?
I go to the township.
what?
I build my house. They come in. They
Yeah.
red tag the shit out of it.
And you
I
can't
don't sue
move
the
in.
township
You
if I
can't
go
move
forward.
in.
What?
If
What if
they
I
put
do?
a tag on your house,
What if I do?
you can't move in.
What if
What
I do anyway?
You will be moved out by the police.
And who can sue? You sue the township because they red tagged it?
I'm saying if you have a non-occupancy,
You can still move in.
Yeah. It's just who enforces it. Yeah.
then what happened?
I don't know.
And they can become squatters, and squatters have more rights than
Right. So
What I'm
picture this.
saying here, what I'm
The
trying
Port of
to
Baltimore said this ship is not ready to pull out.
no, it wasn't the pulp.
They're not supposed to throw chains on it and lock it
Yeah,
down.
they
Well-
can't impound it. Yeah.
They can't
I think
impound
it's an
it.
honor
not?
system thing. I think it's an honor system thing. You have a red tag on it, you cannot move this vessel. If you do, you are liable. What are they gonna do?
take the key away. Oh, there
That's
are
what I
no keys.
mean. Yeah.
Right. Throw big fucking chains around it. Oh, you just lift them off, right? The point is,
I'm saying it's typical of our government and our system is we have these laws that say you're in violation of something.
Yes.
Okay? We don't enforce them.
well, let's be fair.
Wait a minute.
Be fair. City of Port of Baltimore had been willing to put low-angle anti-aircraft guns on the bridge, they could have stopped this problem. They could have taken the boat out as soon as it started pulling out red tag. I mean, I think the Port of Baltimore did their job. They were like, "This ain't right. You can't go." And the fuckers said, "I'm going anyway."
So if I borrow a truck, it would have to be money paid for renting the truck.
Okay.
Or alternatively,
Probably be about the same amount I pay for what, a barbecue dinner at your place?
come on.
Or buy a few lottery tickets.
No, buy a few lottery tickets. Yeah.
So the alternative is I put a hitch on my BMW X5. I looked up. Actually, it says I can haul 6,000 pounds with that machine. It's a stout German machine, you know.
Wow.
So it'd be cheaper to borrow the truck, I think.
You think?
Yeah, you gotta get a hitch put on, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's $150 right there.
I realized the inflation because I
What's the toll when you go out of Michigan into Ohio? Isn't it like $1,000?
what?
Isn't there a toll right at the border when you go across from Michigan into Ohio?
He's from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio.
So they pay him money to come back.
Okay.
There's balloons, there's confetti, there's slapping on the shoulder. welcome
I've heard
back.
stories. There's a toll fee, and then when you get on the other side in Ohio, the state police give you tickets because you're going too fast. I've heard all kinds of stories.
Big money.
By the way, all that's true.
Well, they need the money to pay for the roads. The roads are much better in there.
And then they got tolls too. Yeah, they got that
Tolls,
too.
yeah. 80.
Absolutely.
80 is a
It's like $20 to go across
And you
Ohio.
can laugh at their strategy all you want, but the Ohio Turnpike,
They have good roads.
75.
Much better than Michigan.
Exactly.
you can't beat that, right?
Shoreham, New York.
Shoreham. Okay, what was it?
The village of Shoreham, New York.
What was the facility? Did they say?
Facility name?
Or what was it? What was the?
Oh, it's
traffic?
called Warden Cliff Tower.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Tesla Tower. Warden Cliff Tower.
Okay.
And he built it in the village of Shoreham, New York.
Okay, that's on Long Island.
We are actually transporting the energy you're talking about. We're doing it every day now. It's on your cell phone. This is the microwave towers that you see around here.
Yeah.
That is microwave energy. That energy is being transmitted through the air every day, 24/7, 1,000 billions of watts that are going through.
We're all getting electrified.
Absolutely, we are. And so that energy is still today is airborne.
What we're talking compared to what he was thinking about, we're talking minor amounts, right?
Not minor amounts. I mean,
Well, no, I get it's everywhere. but
we even bounce it up there and then we bring it back down.
Yeah, I know.
So we are talking about moving energy through the air
Yeah.
every day, every minute, every second, every millisecond.
Yes.
We are sending thousands and thousands of
But
electrons.
minute amounts, though. To your point, is when it comes to us, it's a very weak, very, very weak. You know. At the center of the.
But think about how much we are actually
No,
sending.
we're doing a lot, and it's very dispersed. And,
Yeah.
right. But I'm talking about he had this vision of building a tower and powering a
The
city.
difference between today is he thought that would be a primary powering mechanism.
Everybody's good, right?
And it's not. It's turned out to be an information carrying mechanism
Okay.
as opposed to a powering mechanism.
Right.
For the most part, it is used for power.
Yeah.
A lot of these RFIDs and things that are medical devices, they don't carry power on them.
Yeah.
This is all.
Now, how is this different than what they're trying to do with trying to get power to a satellite or from a satellite that has a big solar array and sending power to the Earth? Is it the same concept or is it different?
Not really the same concept because that's not a
'Cause
broadcast.
they're saying they're using lasers to do it.
Right, you're using directed beams.
Now, what
whether
does
that's
a laser do?
microwave, right?
It heats up a cup of water, and it goes in, becomes steam, and turns a turbine, and then.
I mean,
Is that how they're doing it?
Tesla's original idea, and I may be wrong, but I thought his original idea was basically you use, in his terms, the ether as the medium for just basically broadcasting power in general, and anybody could tap into it.
Right. That was his original intent.
That was his original.
Yeah.
But it's so dispersed, I guess it wouldn't work, right? Because the electromagnetic waves would be so weak when it's so dispersed everywhere, right?
Or if we produce enough energy, we're going to kill everybody in the
Yeah, I
path.
think
So,
I
mean,
think
that would be a problem.
Prior civilizations before us had done this. Of course, they all went extinct because they were all sterilized. But, you know, we are the fifth generation of
Yes,
humans.
I mean, it's what we are doing today. We are definitely transporting airless energy, or wireless energy.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking this big scale. I get that. You're right about that.
If you scale up what we're doing in a cell phone, or you scale up what we're doing in your garage door.
The radio, right?
Right.
It was Tesla.
Was it?
Yeah. Marconi was originally granted the patent, but 10 or 15 years later they went back and reviewed it and said, nope, Tesla had the idea. It was Tesla.
Interesting.
It's too bad that guy was so stubborn, so independent and so untrusting.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else that was working on that idea.
Amazing.
Agentic AI essentially is basically you have more iterations, you have more checks in the iterations. Instead of just straight say, write a program for me and write it and you say you take it. Instead, the agentic AI is more input. Actually, the ideal state is actually ChatGPT. We talk to Gemini and all the other. But and I think what I'm trying to do to record the human history and thoughts and feelings and all that becomes an essential part of what humanity is all about. And that should become a knowledge, emotion base for AIs to draw from, to say that that's what humans is all about. It's not about how much money the guy has. It's not about, how much money he makes and how much big a house.
You're going to connect everybody's consciousness.
Yeah.
The presumption being that would be a good thing because people are good.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Well,
Most of the time.
Wow. So that.
Failure to examine root assumptions, perhaps.
But it goes to.
But that would make a good novel.
Can't
This
tell,
is the
right?
thing we're doing. Wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? The theory of large numbers is that there is a regression to the mean.
Yeah.
That almost always happens, right? The story I told you about guessing the cow's weight at the county fair, and it always happens. The wisdom of the crowd is good. You always have fringes, right? The outliers, right? But hopefully, this human thing, is good enough for the AI, whoever's going to be the masters of the world. It's a basis for them to say, this is actually the good thing. What humans have is a good thing.
You saw a little version of that with trying to get the funding for Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan.
Yeah.
Right? There was a faction of how could I turn this into an advantage by various strategies.
Yeah.
And it takes 6 months to finally get everybody to come together and get the votes to actually, get the funds sent.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about the U.S. democracy system is it's really ugly.
Yeah.
And it is not fast.
Yeah.
But it, sort of the regression to the mean sort of happens. It just takes time and it's an ugly process to get there.
It's not clear you want something with that much power to be able to move nimbly.
That's right, yes.
I agree with that.
It'll be good.
If I really want to rent your truck, I'll let you know, and I'll pay it. I'll pay.
We'll work out a price.
Okay. Okay.
Gentlemen.
Hey.
All right, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Thank you.
We will see you.
I'm looking forward to the video.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we mug?
There you go.
In case you're looking for stars.
All right.
That's right.
You never know.
Seba, be careful getting home.
Yep. Robot lawnmowers and delivery vehicles. What are they going to look like? How long before Amazon drops something on their doorstep with a drone?
They're already doing it. The only thing is, it's actually the government agencies, they don't like that.
Right.
That's the only thing holding them back.
It's the safety.
It takes a long time for laws to get developed so all this coordination works.
They actually, they know that Amazon has all the capabilities. They just say, let's not do that. Let's slow it down. So they're.
But you don't think you're going to have a vehicle or something show up at your house without a person?
Within cities, yes. I think within cities, especially the ones that encourage to reduce the amount of traffic within the city and congestion, they'll have these little
They'll have spaces in the sky that these drones can fly through.
No,
and
not drones. I'm talking wheels, not drones.
Right.
But wheels. Yeah. I had the most weird experience with Amazon. I ordered some picture frames, right? And I got them. I opened them up and said, "Holy shit, these are scratched, son of a bitch!" You know?
They're all damaged.
Yes, all damaged. So I get in there and I tell them I want to return it, right? And they immediately say, "Don't bother returning it. We'll give you a refund."
Yeah.
And later I'm looking at, there's a protective film on here, right? So I peel the film off and they're perfect, right? So then I go into Amazon and
You're not going to be able to.
I try to.
You can't return it.
I can't return it. I tried to cancel the refund, and they said, "No, never mind. You keep it." Right? So I finally had to get kind of sticky with somebody. Said, "Cancel the damn refund."
So Greg and Bridget ordered French doors for an interior wall door, and the first batch showed up without the hardware.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Nice.
It's supposed to have the hardware.
Yeah.
Right.
So they called, or however you do it with Amazon online,
Right.
and tried to get the hardware. They can't ship the hardware alone.
No, they can't.
So they reshipped the door and the hardware, and they ended up with extra doors.
Oh my God.
I think I'll be all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve?
Hey,
We will talk next week.
congratulations, man. Yeah.